Hey guys, tonight we drift into the fragrant petals of a strangely obsessive chapter in Ottoman history. You find yourself standing at the edge of Constantinople just as the first blooms of spring begin to unfurl their colorful secrets. The air smells faintly of damp earth, roasted chestnuts, and the soft sweetness of tulips. Yes, tulips. Not roses, not jasmine, but the elegant, upright tulip, its silken head nodding in the breeze as if it knows something you don't. You're walking slowly through cobblestone alleys where even the gutters seem to overflow with petals. Every windowsill, every corner garden, and even the tiniest crack in the stone wall seems to be claiming its own tulip. The city feels as if it's putting on a show just for you. But before you get too enchanted, a gentle reminder. You probably wouldn't survive a day here. Between the unfiltered water, the highly flammable lantern lit nights, and the slightly overzealous tax collectors, let's just say your soft modern self wouldn't last long. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And tell me, where are you tuning in from and what time is it for you right now? Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You glide deeper into the old capital, passing under weather-worn archways and around mossy fountains that burble in a language only the tulips seem to understand. It's early in the 18th century, and the city is quietly ruled, not just by sultans or viziers, but by a flower that's about to reshape culture, politics, and even rebellion. The locals don't rush here. Time itself seems to slow down in tulip season. Men in flowing caftans pause to admire a rare purple bloom. Women peer through latticework to catch the evening color shift across their prized flower beds. Even the cats, ubiquitous, entitled, and always somehow lounging in the most photogenic places, seem to know that this is tulip time, and everything else can wait. You duck into a shaded courtyard, where a gardener dressed in soft linen gently tends to a single, perfect tulip. Not a dozen, not even two, just one. That's how sacred this has become. You're not in a palace, mind you, just a merchant's home, modest but elegant, its walls stained with centuries of sunlight. The gardener doesn't speak, but gives you a knowing look, the kind that says, yes, this bloom might be worth more than my salary. It's not an exaggeration. By this point in Ottoman history, certain tulips are more valuable than silk, spices, or even gold. The right bulb can make or break your reputation. And don't think you can just wander into a market and grab one either. Some bulbs are traded in secret, passed hand to hand like contraband, with whispered promises and careful documentation. This is flower fever, Ottoman style. What's curious, though, is that this obsession didn't start in Istanbul. No, the tulip story begins far away, across the wild steppe lands of Central Asia, where the flower bloomed, not in polished gardens, but in harsh, windswept valleys. Wild tulips, smaller, scrappier cousins of today's ornamental giants, grew freely in the dirt, completely unaware that they were destined to ignite royal passions and economic dramas. As you recline against a sun-warmed stone bench, take a breath. You can almost hear the rustle of the silk robes, the lazy hum of poetry recitations, and the careful shuffle of slippered feet as courtiers move from one garden to another. The Ottoman elite, especially under Sultan Ahmed III, cultivated not only flowers, but a lifestyle that revolved around them. There's a softness to this world, at least on the surface. Beneath it, of course, were tensions. Not everyone loved the tulip craze. Some saw it as a frivolous waste, a decadent distraction from real governance. Others found the sheer cost of keeping up with the tulip elite to be, well, financially suffocating. But for now, let's not worry about that. You're lying beneath an awning of flowering branches, watching petals drift down like lazy snow, and in the distance, over the rooftops and minarets, a call to prayer echoes, gentle, haunting, and perfectly timed. Historians still argue whether that tulip craze was a true cultural revolution or just an extravagant phase, fueled by boredom and wealth. But what's certain is this: for a brief, petal-filled moment in Ottoman history, everything, politics, art, social status, came down to a single beautiful bloom. You stand now on the wind-blown plains of the Tian Shan Mountains, centuries before Istanbul ever dreamed of tulips. The air is thin, crisp, and carries the wild peppery scent of untamed flora. Here nestled in crevices, bloom the ancestors of the Ottoman Empire's most prized possession, the humble wild tulip. These aren't the frilly, overbred showstoppers of the palace gardens. No, these are squat, defiant litchi